Hey guys, welcome back to Studio 44. Phil Sherman here with about 22 more stadiums to check out here in an early October stadium extravaganza video. The Yankees are about to get knocked out of the playoffs, so I'm just going to pretend that game's not going on and show you guys these fantastic stadiums. Let's go. Over there, our first stadium is over there. Why not start with stadium creator royalty? Murph 075 has 83rd 5th Bank Field. Not a single note, not that one's needed, just take it in. It's a Murph build. Very bricky out here with the custom bleacher sections. Fantastic. Looks like 2 bleachers per section. The steps taking you down. Outstanding. The shipping containers and bushes kind of facing off that whole section. And then you got a little walkway where you go up the stairs for another section. And then you can go. Murph doing Murph things. Making amazing stadiums. Another great bleacher section up top. Now, is it me or does it look like more separated than they normally do if you just put them both together? Maybe it's because of what's underneath it. You can see underneath it pretty well. I don't know, but I love it. This building's expensive too. Whoops, I went behind. That's what she said. This, is that the building I think it is? Yeah, I think so. It's a little restaurant, right? He's got them both bunched together. A bunch of them bunched together, I should say. Wow, great section of luxury seats in the corner here. Fantastic around and behind. Very not standard. Higher section of seats over a semi-high wall out here and left. Oh, I like this wooden deck above. Murph. Killing it, bro. Custom scoreboard with the signs around and the old school scoreboard just sticking out on top. Nice. And then here's another bleacher section on top of the Wrigley buildings. Nice hill section out here too. Excellent. Small city in the background. Faced off nicely with the one office building and the warehouse looking. Now, I always thought this one was trying to be the Western Metal Supply Company when Stadium Creator first came out, but obviously they added that actual building in now, so there goes that theory. Turn the lights on. We'll turn our stamping machine on for Murph. Beautiful looking stadium at night. My favorite mow pattern. Again, I don't see why they felt the need to be that obvious and trying to make it not look perfect with this big X here and down the line. I don't like how they did down the line either. Yeah, I don't get it. But yeah, this is the one I go with. The infield pattern is my favorite infield pattern of all time. I remember being a kid watching the Yankees in the playoffs and seeing teams with those, and the Yankees didn't have it. I was like, come on, Yankees, you need to get that. But Murph, thank you very much. Appreciate the stadium, and we'll see more from you soon. From stadium creator royalty to someone fairly new to the channel, we have Health Point Center Park in ABC XYZ, altitude of 100 feet, built in 2025. Comes to us from Summer Sumo. I think this is the final one in the queue from him. We might have one or two left, but we shall see. He says there is a target where you can hit it into the third deck. Has to be a 453 shot, though, in right field. That's the only note I see, so let's dive in and take a look. Oh, wow. Yeah, that third deck is up there. Oh, it looks like a retractable roof. Interesting choice for the roof with the railroad station. Looks like it could close right over the top of the stadium. Oh, more on the other side. Cool. 2 decks in left with the hit it here sign and a bunch of other stuff going on to face off that second deck. I like the luxury plaza level section here. Now what is this? Oh, okay, kind of added some extra support for the top. looks cool. Fantastic. I like this little bleacher section in front of the old school brick building here, too. Nice. Little plaza back here that I see will be lit up as soon as I flip that light switch. 3 decks around and behind. I was going to say pretty standard until I saw this up here. That looks cool. Nice. Summer Sumo. We'll spin and pull back. Oh, this is a roof, so it's hard to get my normal shot here where I turn the lights on. 59,000 people. There it is. Yep, you can see that plaza lit up. I like the lights right over the seating right up there. I noticed that's how they have it in Rogers Center, too. I try to pay attention to that now that, my pride and joy ballpark is a retractable roof stadium. I take a look at other retractable roofs and see where the lights are and see if, how it's closed off and how it looks when it's closed off and stuff like that. But, yeah, Summer Sumo. I dig it, buddy. If this is the last in the queue from you, start building again and send me another one soon. Heading back down to Texas, Sandersville, Texas. We have Sanders Ballpark in Texas by A. Sanders 91. Does he have any notes is the question. He says playing this park in a derby is really fun to try and get all the different levels. And if used during a game with a strong wind blowing out to the outfields, could be fun watching the ball fly. Does the wind really affect the ball in the game? I've never really noticed that before, but I like this right field corner. The Fox MLB TV, NBC, you got the rooftop up here. Oh, you blended that. Nice. You blended that into the luxury plaza. I like that a lot. A. Sanders killing it. I love the 2-tier bullpen. This thing almost feels like it was made for bullpens. Nice touch. Didn't make it too big either by reversing it. That looks really good. Because if you have it like that, then it can either stick out too much or you don't see the poles. So I like that little subtle detail, just flipping it around. And then the benches and garbage cans always fun too. I'm watching the Yankees get freaking dominated by the Blue Jays again, and I'm thinking, what the hell? They got George Springer over here teaching them the trash can trick, or did they find a way to hack PitchCom or something? It's unbelievable the way they're just teeing off Yankee freaking pitching right now. But I'm not being a sore loser. I just think it's crazy to me that 2 playoff teams, there could be that much. The Blue Jays did own the Yankees all regular season. And if the Blue Jays go on to win, beat the Yankees, which I'm sure they are, it's 6-1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. I'm pretty sure that the Jays are going to go on. But if they do go on, I wouldn't mind seeing them win it all because Donnie Baseball is a part of that team, and he is yet to win a ring. So get it for Donnie, fellas, if you're going to beat the Yankees, which I'm sure they are. Because even if the Yankees come back and win this game, they still have to do it twice more. And with the Blue Jays hacking PitchCom and shit, might have to go back to the old fingers or something. That's what she said. Oh, boy. I'm really not a sore loser. I've tried to lose stress over baseball games. I used to. That's why my hair's so gray, probably. But I've been trying to just enjoy it when they win and take it for what it is when they lose. Look at the signs out here. Stadium Center TV, Studio 44, and KNNU represented from Sewell's San Diego Studios, or San Diego Canoes Stadium, I should say. I think we have another San Diego Canoes Stadium coming up. And that reminds me, if you haven't made one yet, I would love to see your San Diego Canoe Stadium. I think we have one coming from Schmitty. He's built a couple. I thought Murph said he's working on one. I'm not sure if Dan has one. But I'd like to see one from Carmen's dad. I'd like to see one from Texas Ags or whoever. But, yeah, A. Sanders. Gorgeous park. We're going to stamp it. We're going to move on because I've babbled enough. But let's get the lights on quick. I'm not sure that we did that. Looks great. Oh, I love how you have the lights bunched together. That's a great idea. That's a great look. That's something I have to remember to borrow. Maybe in my next build. I'm actually excited about my next build. I got some ideas for it. I hope I can pull it off because I think it'd be pretty cool. A. Sanders, excellent. I think we have another one from you coming up too. Not today, but we have another one. This stadium is in honor of War Stick Bat Company. He says there's no notes. He's just having fun playing around with mixing different concourse textures together. The stadium's in Brooklyn, New York, altitude of 44 feet, built in 2025 by creator of the year, maybe, Obituary Turtle. Starting things off in right field as we often do. I always say often. We always start things off in right field. Look at this. That's awesome. Outstanding. And here's more texture messing around. Look at this. Who thinks to do all that? Mark, you have to remind me what you do. Are you in construction or architecture or something? I like how you blended in the luxury seats. Right in. All right, guys, here's what we're going to do. Remember how I've been saying we need to do like one of those retreats or whatever, have a convention. We'll all get together, right? We'll invite Mark and we'll jump him and beat the shit out of him. This freaking guy. I'm fed up with his nonsense. I'm fed up with your mom's nonsense. My wife feels like she has to put her 2 cents in. I like the bricks back here with all the nature and the trees. And out back we have... canoes! We have a canoe, actually. I just see one. Holy crap. I hope it's not lost. And I hope it doesn't think it's getting a home run ball out there. Fun. Look at this. Look at all this. You better watch it, Mark. You better hope you don't run into any of us. We're just going to take you down. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm fed up with it. I already gave it a stamp, right? There's the lights. The custom scoreboard's fantastic. The double scoreboards out and left is fantastic. The luxury seats, the rocks, the Western Metal Supply, it's all beautiful. Nice job, dude. Next up, we have another stadium in Brooklyn, New York. This is Pfizer Turtle Field. I'm guessing you can kind of predict who this one is going to be by. Has an altitude of 100 feet, built in 1919. Comes to us from Pfizer. He said that Obituary Turtle deserves some credit as well. He didn't exactly say how, but he did say Mark helped him with this design. So we're taking a look at right field. Definitely an old school Fenway Park vibe with that second deck being very small. All bleachers. Pfizer, as he often does, throws in those steps or the escalators in between to break up the bleachers, and I think makes it look so much better. Wrapping around that whole second deck goes pretty much around the whole stadium. I like that as well. Cut off at the batter's eye, of course. The brick batter's eye, which blends in perfectly with the stadium. Old school roof, upper deck. Up top, definitely a 1919 feel. This over here is fantastic, too. Is this all custom? Yep, he's using eyes for pillars to keep it up. And then, all underneath, there's bushes and statues. And, that's fantastic. That's a great take on, like, a little Hall of Fame area, Monument Park type thing. Hall of Fame circle in Cleveland. The grill up top. People are sitting, chilling out, eating. Fan stairs, little village across the street. Can you hit the ball into the street and across the street? Only 325 down the line, perhaps. You're definitely getting into the sidewalk. Maybe you can bounce a couple over. but very realistic on the outside. I like the stairs taking you up to the deck up there. This looks great, Fiserv. Old school roof blended into the Orioles factory, the warehouse. Warehouse, not the factory. Train station going through. The train going through the train station. Train tracks are going through right next to the road. Another little neighborhood section out here with the smaller buildings. Fantastic. Fiserv and Obituary Turtle. Pull back, looks very nice on the outside. Couple flags flying. We morph through the walls here. And we have a nice shot of the stadium behind home plate. Old school wall, too. You don't see much of that. The wooden plank walls. I like this little standing room only section, too. Wow, this is 100% memory. Nicely done. It's gorgeous. The Oculus in New York City, New York is up next. Built in 2025, the altitude is 20 feet, and it comes to us from ZZZ Boy. I believe this is his third stadium, and we have another one in the queue from him. Let me see if there are any notes, if I can find my mouse. It says he's a former New York City resident who worked downtown during the tragedy of 9/11. The stadium is a memorial of all who died that day. I've lost 6 good hero friends who lost their lives that day saving people. Man. Ugh, I couldn't imagine. They may be gone, but they will never be forgotten. I've been watching a lot of 9/11 stuff this year. It's been popping up on my TikTok feeds, or you know what I mean. Not TikTok, but Instagram and YouTube and all those. And just some of the stories are just devastating. But, man, what a gorgeous ballpark this is. Oh, I love how you built this in. Outstanding. Peter Luger out there. I'm guessing that's one of the heroes. Ugh. I like the Hall of Fame circle. Maybe it could be 9/11 Hall of Fame circle. This is gorgeous, dude. Early stamp. Right field. Absolutely amazing. All your choices are fantastic in here. Great little plaza out here, the Oculus Mall. Dude, really, really good. This is Murph-esque section out here. Oh, look at this. The train goes underneath. Okay, all right. Yeah, like the subway. Dude, easily your best build that I've seen so far. I do have a brand new one from you in the queue, too. Looks very real. You're from New York. Are you a Yankees fan or a Mets fan? Have to let me know. I've seen you in the premieres, right? Faced off with a newer old building. Parking lot, parking garages. So good, dude. Yeah, right field alone. Am I missing some names hidden someplace? Got an old school feel in the back here with the old school roof and the green facing. This is awesome. This is a really nice touch. That street level, looking right into the stadium with that fence there. That's really cool. You got all this going on back here, stairs, and fantastic, dude. This is a true Stadium of the Year candidate. So speaking of that, I want to mention it real quick because I know you guys don't watch every second of every video, so I want to say it as many times as possible. Stadium of the Year. You can still contribute 3 stadiums, but I think we're going to do a panel of judges again. I am going to be one. I can't remember who said it in the live stream last night. that they were going to judge too. Maybe Sewell? Or maybe he just said he wasn't going to submit one? I thought there was someone else, though. But the judges are going to be picked from people who I know from live streams and Sewell's channel and, you know, just the whole stadium verse combined. People who I know and trust. People who weren't just created, you know, to give a popular vote to someone. Because I think that's what happened last year. It just kind of turned into a popularity contest as opposed to Stadium of the Year contest. So the stadium has to be created, conceived, built, everything this year. If I find a version of that game in 24, 23, 22, the stadium is null and void. It is not eligible for the contest. And I don't want to mess around with it this year. I'm just going to say, hey, I'm sorry. I found out it's not in this version of the game alone, so it's got to go. I think I'm going to create a video just stating the rules, even if it's like a quick 3-minute video, have them on a graphic so you guys can see them. And that way I can just direct people to that video every time I want to bring it up, because I just don't want the debacle that was last year. I want to learn from that experience, as ugly as it was, and make the contest a little bit more fun. We'll get that panel of judges. Everybody can submit their 3 stadiums. I'll still do that 24-hour live stream during the week that I'm off in February. And you guys can call in, talk about your stadiums, you know, make your pitches for them, talk about the inspiration behind the stadium, or, you know, what gave you the ideas or whatever. And then the judges will just rank each stadium, and then whoever has the most points will take home the crown. I think it makes sense to do it that way and just stop dragging it along, just because it does get boring to keep showing the same stadiums over again, and it's a lot of work to keep showing the same stadiums over again, just one and done. And then we'll do Creator of the Year at the same time, and we'll do that every single year from now on. And it's not necessarily the year, because there's 2.5 months of amazing stadiums in 25 that weren't on the 25 version of the game. So when I say Creator of the Year or Stadium of the Year, it's that game, not the year. So, all right, I've babbled on. ZZZ boy, fantastic work. We're moving on. All right, we've had enough New York. It's time to head to Illinois, where we have Southside Chicago hosting a stadium called Chi Sox Field. Has an altitude of 1,595 feet, built in 2025. This is the concept idea if the White Sox asked me to help design a new stadium. Well, who's helping them design this new stadium? It's our good buddy, Big Impact. Home with the White Sox. He's got the wiffle ball field moving right over from Rate Field. He's got the pinwheels from Rate Field. You got Chi Sox out here on the old Modem building. Big, huge field level seating. I love the waterfalls in the middle. Looks fantastic. Surrounding the batter's eye. Big, huge plaza. Very big Impact-esque. Also Impact-esque is labeling his concession stands. This is Geno's South. More pinwheels over big scoreboards, big signs. Looks great out here. More Chi Sox. Got the museum building over here. Some retired numbers. Did you lose a couple? Did you fall victim? Maybe one in the middle there. Excellent little statue out here with the grass area. Fountain, another statue. Excellent. Pretty standard around and behind. Although it does say welcome to Chi Sox Field. Pull it back. I like that little corner too. Fantastic. Very closed off. Very Rate Field-esque. Looks great under the lights. And it'll look even better with that stamp over in the corner. Big Impact, killing it once again. Great to have you back, buddy. Pretty deep into the video before we run into our first newcomer of the video. This is Rockstar Energy Stadium in Nashville. Has an altitude of 5,000 feet, built in 2020-32. So get your DeLoreans and your TARDISes and your hot tubs, and you can head out to Tennessee and play in the stadium. Comes to us from Ryan K, 34. Says this is his first stadium in Studio 44. Says, obviously, Nashville Stars expansion team stadium. Says it's realistic. And he says there's no targets, just a small market team open air stadium. Let's dive in. Ooh, that's pretty cool. All these lights blasting at you over the luxury plaza. I like it. And that cool little stair section, that's awesome too. And it comes around and behind. Nope. Oh, and then a little section up here too. Okay. So you can come down and maybe take a peek through the window or grab a home run ball. That's kind of a fun idea. They always had the hills, you know. Why not a little space where you can run down the stairs and grab a ball? Just don't fall down the stairs. Oh, look at that bullpen. Nice. Ryan K with a strong debut stadium in the Studio 44. Now, what's here? What is this? Is that one of those? Oh, it's a garbage can. Ha! All right. Excellent. 4 people warming up. Give us one person. Just one person. SDS. Come on. Great little niche here for concessions. Dude, nice work. More of the same over in left. Very symmetrical. So far, pretty standard around and behind. Yes. Oh, you do have the little bleacher section in front. That's cool. Same thing over on the third base side. I like all the trees in center field, the waterfall in center field, and the big scoreboard. Buildings surrounding. Oh, right next to the football stadium. And a bridge. Oh, we got some construction going on, too. All right. Excellent. Looks great at night, too. That could be a good thumbnail. And usually, if you could earn the thumbnail, you can earn a stamp. Nice job, dude. Welcome to Studio 44, Ryan K, 34. Okay, decided to jump back on to record a couple stadiums that came in the last minute before I edited. Plus, I was live today, so I got everything set up. This is Smoke Stadium in Smoky Mountains, Tennessee. The altitude is 5,000 feet, built in 2025. Comes to us from someone new to the channel, so welcome. Birds on Bat, 7777. I think this is a local guy, but we had Shapiro and Shapiro. Their phone number was 546-7777. You'd say it just like that every time. In the notes, he said, your channel really got me into stadium building, so thank you for that. Hey, listen, thank you for watching, and thank you to all the guys who create these amazing stadiums and share them with me. They get me into building again, too. I'm very excited now that Ricky Davis League guys are finished. The league has been started. I can focus on building some stadiums. I have one in the back of my head that I'm really excited about. I want to do the next challenge that Sewell over at Stadium Center puts out. But yeah, he said, I like how the left field maintenance area turned out. Retired numbers in left center. Jim Edmonds statue robbing a home run. A couple of waterfalls. Food court behind left field buildings with bleachers to watch the game on the big screen. Home runs on the big screen. Home runs will reach all decks. The building is about 500 feet in right. You can hit the scoreboard and splash down home runs. Feel like I've said too much, but I love playing in the stadium. Thanks for everything you do. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. He says a target building in left field above the second deck, scoreboard in right. I want to hit the glove in the statue in center, but that'd be 1 in a million. The glove in the statue? Oh, that might be a home run challenge. That could be fun. Ugh, I got to try to remember this. I'm sure I'll remember seeing it after the stream. Gorgeous waterfall here in right. I like how you put the bushes in between the end cap, the custom end cap, and this guy to hide all the green. I hate the green. I love facing it off with the stacked stone. That's amazing. Bleachers are behind it. That's awesome. There's a scoreboard in right he was talking about hitting. Nice curled around deck. That's gorgeous. Another waterfall here in center. Beautiful little area on top of that. Then there's the glove, some retired numbers. Here's Jim Edmonds robbing that home run. Fantastic. Said all decks in left could be reached, so that's cool. He said the building would be a poke, but that's a target for you. Some stuff hidden back here. Holy crap. Yeah, see, now I always said, even though the luxury seats have an obstructed view, they have their own little TVs in there where they can go in and they can still be a part of the crowd, but see all the action in their little suite, plus get all their food and all that stuff. So, wow, he had to customize all this deck, put all the stuff down. Is this your first stadium? Do you have other stadiums that you've created before? Pretty standard around and behind, although you dialed up under here, and that looks gorgeous. No-brainer stand. Fantastic. Bird on bat. Is it birds or bird? Birds on bat, yeah. Scoreboard surrounding the stadium. Scoreboard. Parking lot surrounding the stadium that will be well lit. Mountain river in the background looks great. And in that river, what do we have, boys? Canoes! We have canoes. Oh, and they kind of neatened up the river with the dock and the little walkway, and it's going to be lit up. Let's see it lit up. Back her up. Turn on that light switch. You already have your stamp. Fantastic stadium. If I can make one suggestion, maybe some lights over here. He did say he wanted to add more, but ran out of room. I think I read that, but quickly. But my goodness, if it's your first stadium, it's an excellent first showing. That is for damn sure. But yeah, it's gorgeous. That could be a thumbnail. I really like it. Nice work, sir. Welcome to Studio 44. All right, guys, one more stadium I wanted to throw in here real quick. Came to me at the last minute. This is Central Square Park 2.0. It's in Anytown, USA. Altitude is 1,500 feet, and it was built in 2025. Comes to us from Lothario, or Greg, as you may know him in live streams and or premieres. He says this is a total teardown and rebuild of the Jackson Street Park he built and submitted months ago. It's such a drastic change that you probably would have no idea that the stadium got its start as Jackson Street. My apologies, I don't remember the stadium very well. Is it the one that you wrote the Iliad or the Odyssey, whatever it's called, by Homer and sent it to me? It says, not only is the stadium cleaner, more realistic, believable as a stadium, it's also much more playable thanks to sensible dimensions. He says there are targets such as a giant glove at 450 feet just left of center field, the Canoe Club at Studio 44 down the left field line, and the Stadium Center home run porch, right field, upper deck, and plenty of seats / standing room to try to reach over there and right also. Well, I see all the standing room. Look at that. That's fun. The longer tables and then circles and then longer tables again on top. Fun. Kiosks and a couple restaurants where you might grab your grub and then come down here and eat it to enjoy the game. I like how the smaller lower section there kind of wraps around the pole, and then you got the second deck, and there's the Stadium Center home run porch. Central Square Park. That's a great building for that. Add the tile to put the writing on is a cool idea. That must be the show sign, also fun. Perfect scoreboard to fit right in there. Little concession stand that looks out. Oh, wow, look at all this. This is fun. There's Canoe Club at Studio 44. Dear. Awesome. And then the theater over here and left. People on the higher decks and then down low. Fancier seating. Fancy ballpark eats. More of the same from right field, but condensed more. There's Canoe Club in there. You got people sitting right in there, safe from the elements. Then you got this nice, like street-wide concourse where you have the rooftop steakhouse building and all that stuff. There's the glove. Do you think people are going to get that glove? Well, he said it's 450 feet away, so I guess maybe. That's a poke. The home run derby, yeah. I don't know about a game. This is great. This whole little section in here is fantastic, too. Then you got the stuff underneath the Fanatics fan zone. That's cool. Looking pretty standard around behind. If I'm not mistaken, this was a bunch of buildings in the last one. Am I thinking of the right stadium? I feel like I showed it a couple times, too. There's a tiger in the background coming out of a building. There's a big, huge skyscraper right behind home plate, which I'm going to delete real quick if that's okay so I can get that view of the stadium we like to do. Look at that. That could be a thumbnail. I mean, there's not many stadiums that I show anymore that aren't thumbnail worthy. That's gorgeous. Boom. There is your stamp, sir. And I like this little touch up here. The guy's up in the balcony. This is how much distance has gone between when I first started recording this video and today. Today is Game 7 of the ALCS. The Blue Jays or the Mariners will move on to the World Series after the game tonight. Earlier, or in different parts of this video, you're going to hear me talking about the Yankees coming back to win game, 4? Yeah, they lost in game 5. So my apologies, guys. The whole new schedule, I don't know why, but things have slowed down quite a bit. But you've seen some live streams. That's going to come back more now that the Ricky Davis League guys are done. I can't remember if I was still working on them at points in this video or what, but yeah, this video I remember turning out to be great. As soon as I'm done recording this, I'm going to work on getting the editing done, and then hopefully I'll finish that tomorrow, get this thing premiered either Thursday or Sunday. I don't think Friday or Saturdays are good premiere days. So, all right, Greg Lothario, nice work. Thanks for sending this my way, man. Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas is up next. Altitude of 770 feet. 2020 was the year it opened. The stadium's created by our good buddy down there in Texas, Zachary White. He says this is a redesign of the Rangers' current home, Globe Life Field. The roof above Center Field Plaza was intended to be straight. However, the batter's eye restriction didn't allow me to keep the roof straight. Says there are tons of fun targets to hit. There are the obvious hit it here signs, as well as a multi-tiered party deck to the left of the batter's eye and center. All right, so new version of Globe Life Park. Right field, you got the funky dimensions. Now, all the dimensions are like supposed to be like a number, like paying homage to somebody. Like, I think it's 42 feet behind home plate to the batter's eye, or the backstop, right, in honor of Jackie. And then there's a bunch of fence heights and distances and stuff like that that are significant to other things. Using the fan stairs for the arches out there and left. Digging the pool area and all the umbrella seating up here, using the stairs very nicely. Kiosks and a lot of folks chilling in that pool. Separated windows. Thank you, SDS. Out there and left. Pretty standard around and behind, although he does have the luxury seating closer down, which I like. And then behind home plate, you got another pool, picnic seating, and folks standing up behind the backstop there. Pulling it back. There's a retractable roof. He always does a fantastic job facing off the outside of his stadiums. Bridge on either side of the stadium. Flip on that light switch and sneak back in. Looks good, Zach. Digging it, man. Big scoreboard and right. Swinging around real quick. Now what's under here? Is that the... Oh, okay. And then luxury seating. All right. Little waterfall over here in the corner. Didn't notice that before. Folks are down here in the corner as well, enjoying the game. And a little grass area. Nice work, Zach. Dig it. It's been a while, but we have another stadium from Braves fan, 11/22/96 to check out. He says this is just a park that came together as he went along. Plenty of memory left, but didn't know what to use it on. So he has Wherever Park in Whoever, USA, altitude of 750 feet, built in 2025. Taking a look at right where we have a typical Braves fan, huge bleacher section that always looks fantastic. Labeled distances and the home run fence and the white line from the brick wall to give you that home run that goes all the way around. The fountain, also a staple of Braves fan, the stacked stone. Excellent. The trees and the grass look great next to the batter's eye. Nice concourse behind where you have some steps or escalators, taking you into that gymnasium. Big building behind left field where you have more cherry blossom trees and a lot going on there. I like the deck up here too. Pretty standard around and behind. Mini scoreboard over and right. Like the light towers he chose. Fit this field very nice. Nicely, right? Couple Little League field or high school fields near the stadium. Football field as well. There's a convention center also. Turning on them lights. And I think we can give this guy a stamp. Always so clean. So they're not like traditional major league ballparks, but they just look realistic. Does that make sense? Braves fan stadiums. Oh, I like all the statues over here in the corner. Excellent work on the corner, by the way. Yeah, Braves fans good. Nice work, boss. I'm digging it. That could be a thumbnail. If you took a peek at my last live stream or saw this guy live stream while he made the stadium, you are familiar with Mount Royal Stadium in Montreal, Quebec. Stadium has an altitude of 322 feet, built in 2025. Sewell, 21, of course, is the creator. No notes. I think this stadium came up in one of the premieres, and he mentioned it, and I said, hey, I'll stream it for you. And he says, absolutely, go for it. I love the bullpen. Excellent work here. I like the benches right up along the home run fence. Folks underneath with those tables. That table's a great prop, with a flat side so you can circle around and look out. It's a good prop. Stadium center. I like the little thin section of seating that rides behind. And then he's using this giant building as windows. Then you got the contemporary upper deck. Excellent little bleacher section that curls around. That looks really, really good. I just wish we had better looking bleachers. The wood just doesn't fit a lot of ballparks. So we'll pull this off nicely, but he's got an escalator taking you down here to this little section. This is great. A lot of little layers that you're hitting home runs into. You're not going to get up here, obviously, but you could probably get here and all over the place. Up there and right, 330. So it's pretty standard. Got some retired numbers back here. Big concourse with concessions that curl around. Excellent. This guy's good. This is one of them goats, man. You can put his name right up there with the rest of them. This building, it's a natural fit in. I mean, it leaks out a little bit maybe because it's so big, but it's got its own little wall or fence or whatever to protect people who are up here. So that makes it look clean. And then it comes with its own little seating section. So it's just a natural fit to create these awesome little decks. And then having the stands behind it and next to it, outstanding. Another fantastic bullpen with the stadium center and The two rows of standing room only seating. Excellent quarter with a big deck and a bunch of tables. Very, very good. Pretty standing around and behind outside of hiding the usual booth with that building. Faced off the outside. Oh, I like that. I never noticed that before. Kind of make it look like a star. Or like the key in the Mummy movies. You remember that? Turning on the lights. I think we can throw this one a stamp, even if it was made by Sewell. Great work, sir. Look forward to connecting with you again in another stream now that I'm on Twitch. Scotiabank Dome in Calgary, AB is our next stadium to check out. The stadium has an altitude of 4,824 feet, built in 2021. Comes to us from Dadbod OG or Spanky McSlappy 24. He says it's a retractable roof, so that took up a lot of memory, which left him not as much to play with for the rest of the stadium, but I already like the little layers. Having the top deck just curl around a little bit over the pole is a great look, a great common setup for real stadiums. You got welcome to Scotiabank Dome. Here's that roof, using actual roof pieces for your slant. Nice, and then the thin layer on top of concourse. Pretty standard around and behind. Over in the corner. Now, what did you... Oh! I like that. Does it take up a lot of memory? I mean, it's so clean the way you did it. But it's a great different look. And it could like double as like a counter to have your food and drinks and stuff. That's fantastic. I think a lot of people are going to be borrowing that idea from you there, Dad Bod. Outside the stadium, you got the convention center again. We've seen that a lot today. You know what I should start doing? I should start putting up a poll after every video asking what the best stadium of the video was. I'll leave choices so it can be anonymous. No one has to... I think that could be fun. Probably something I should have been doing since the get-go. Turning the lights on. Again, we run into the old roof problem. But, I mean, it looks great in here. Maybe there's a little less detail than your normal builds, Dad Bod, but it still looks fantastic. It still looks like a stadium that is going to get a stamp. Dad Bod, my dude. Nice work. I might have to borrow that look myself. Fantastic. With this stadium, we welcome another newcomer to Studio 44. Folks, say hello to Fear Don Julio. The stadium is Sunmade Field in Fresno, California. Has an altitude of 300 feet, and it was built in 2025. This is, in fact, his first stadium, and I don't see any notes, so let's dig right in. Starting off in right field, the Fresno Crazen Raisins. All right. Is this a real team, or is this a fictional team? Or if you have fictional players, I want them. That reminds me, anybody who does a fictional league who has fictional players, or even if you have like a fictional Road to the Show guy, send them my way. I want to plug them into the Ricky Davis League. I was kind of looking for that as I built guys last night on a live stream, and I might do that again sometime soon. 315. Oh, 315, that's your distance. Okay. My area code's 315, and we're always made fun of by the most Rochester folk as being the hillbillies out here in 315 land. Flames, MLB. Sunmade Field. All right. I like this little deck. Little steps between each bleacher section. Looks cool. Concessions lining up on this wooden deck back here. Looks amazing. Luxury seats behind with some solar panels on top. The flags are flying. Dig it. Nice, perfectly sized scoreboard for this park out there in left center field with signs in front, which is a good look. Out of town scoreboard and strikeout-o-meter as well. Homage to Jackie in right center field here with the signs behind and the flags. That's a really cool little section. Beautiful. Nice job in the corner. Yeah, the outfield gives me kind of a minor league vibe, but then obviously behind the plate and around the base paths, quite a big league feel. A couple buildings surrounding the stadium. Nice work. Turning on them lights. Very clean. Now, I don't know if this is your first build or just your first build in Studio 44, but it's definitely a great showing here. Like I said, very clean, creative. Let's stamper. Fear, Don Julio. Welcome to Studio 44, sir. I'll definitely be on the lookout for more stadiums from you, sir. Back-to-back newcomers in Studio 44. This is SG Live, or TTV Shady Gaming 25. I've seen him on Sewell's Discord, and I think I've seen him in a couple live streams of Sewell's, or maybe a premiere of mine. Not positive, but it's Shady Gaming 25 on YouTube. This is his first stadium to me, and I believe it's a stadium he did create, though, for a Sewell Challenge. First Energy Stadium, SC, Reading, Pennsylvania, altitude of 305 feet, built in 1951. Said it's the challenge stadium based on the Reading Fightin' Phil Stadium. Hope you enjoy. I don't know much about the stadium, but it looks great. That building back there is fantastic. Excellent. It's got a little balcony that goes all the way around. That's really cool. A couple holes in the windows for people maybe to check out the game out their little windows here. Big pool section with a covered deck in parts. Picnic tables and... Oh, he expanded it with the lazy river. Okay. Like that move. Big empty parking lot with a gymnasium out there. I guess it's not empty. There's a few cars there. Closed it off with the brick. Got a lot of grass areas out here and left and behind the scoreboard. And batter's eye. Fun. Bleacher section with some umbrella. Some private, excuse me. I like the barriers there for your privacy. Now, do you have to pay for those, or is it first come, first serve? I like the standing room only area, too. There's some steps to get you in there. Yeah, nice. Great little small ballpark feel. Redners. Flip on that light switch. Yeah, that looks cool lit up at night. We'll pull her back. Can we slingshot a stamp? It's the only thing you can really pull back. If I grab something, pull it back, and... All right, Shady Gaming 25. I'm sorry, TTV Shady Gaming 25, or SG Live. Hotels and Casino Stadium is up next. This stadium is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Altitude is 2,000 feet, built in 2025 by our good buddy Schmitty VG. We'll see another stadium from him later in the video. Oh, look at this. That's kind of cool how they meet in the middle. Looks like gold seats. Perfect fit for Las Vegas. Pool up here. Looks like you got a couple buildings blended in together to get these funky decks over here. That's pretty cool. I like how you have like the windows sticking out. People could be in there. It could be gambling or restaurants or whatever. People poking out when they can. Poking out? Do you poke out a closed window? Poking their heads near the window? I don't know. I give up. It's late. Wow. Bunch of stuff blended together to close off the stadium. Funky seating. Big scoreboard in left. Underneath, we have water. And in that water is canoes. We have canoes. Oh, we have seats blended in up here, too. I like how there's only a couple rows sticking out there. And then up here, the building using its natural grass. Schmitty throwing all kinds of stuff together to pull this, what looks like it could be a closable roof stadium. 33,000. Yeah, a lot going on in here. I got to get that light switch turned on. Take a quick peek inside with the lights on. Looking good. Quick scan. All right, now forgive me, Schmitty. I'm so sorry, man. Did I show this one on a live stream recently? I thought I showed one of yours. And this looks familiar, especially the canoes over here. Very fun ideas. Oh, we got a couple rovers over here. All right. And a camera guy, or camera. No guy with it. Yeah, very fun. I like this little corner balcony, too, that you kind of customized on top of this building. Fun. Yeah. A lot of stuff blended together. A lot of funky, quirky little decks and seating sections. I'm all about it, Schmitty. Thanks, boss. This fella right here is certainly no stranger to Studio 44 BGL2 Park. It's in My Town, USA. It has an altitude of 5,000 feet, and it was built in 2025. That non-stranger to Studio 44 is our good buddy Great Scott, 18660. Says he's trying some new stuff with different seating configurations. Spent 95% of the memory inside the park. Wishes he had a little more for some things outside of the stadium and a few more details, but he really likes how it turned out. BGL2 is for my grandpa, Benjamin Lenhart II. He played ball throughout his youth and would come over and visit the family when we lived in Chicago and go to Cubs games with us. Again, thanks, and keep up the good work. No, you guys are the ones who do all the good work. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at this. Definitely a funky seating configuration with it curling around and lurking behind this big concourse. Oh, look at this. That's gorgeous. Scotty killing it like always. There's the apartment complex or the little condo building, whatever you want to call this guy. What is it? Complex condo. It has all the balconies there for people to pop out and check out the game. You're going to be hitting homers into that and the thing and way back. How deep are we back here? 314. So, yeah, you could probably get some up here. That's really cool looking. And again, using the... I wish we had more buildings like this that had a flat edge to kind of give us a different texture as a wall for the stadiums. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's definitely not standard. Look at this. Got the scoreboard back here. Very funky. What'd I say about Scott last video? He's one of the GOATs. Can't leave his name out of GOAT discussions. There's some obituary turtle work right here, finding different ways to dial up above this concession over here. Built right into the concourse. Excellent. There's a nice long window. That's really cool. Using this restaurant. My problem with this, guys, I've used this one before too. The windows just look so dirty. But it definitely plays in the stadium. Nicely done, Scotty. There's a little entrance. That's one of those pods, right? Or futuristic buildings. Pod hub. We'll pull her back. Ooh, there you go. There's some stuff outside the... Look at this. This is some Texas Ags work right here. That's pretty cool. Outstanding, Scott. Gee, do you think we should stamp it? Quick stamp. Like I said, one of them GOATs, man. Very funky seating configuration indeed. And it looks really, really cool. And the Yankees just won game 3. 9-6. I mean, they could do it. I mean, the Yankees are pretty fierce at home, but they got to go back to Toronto where the Blue Jays have owned the Yankees all year. So it'll be nice if they make it fun and do a game 5. But I mean, they've done it before. The Yankees and other teams come down 2-0 and win 3 in a row. That's not too crazy of a task. But we'll see. This will probably all be figured out before I even release this video. So, all right, Scotty, gorgeous. Thanks, man. Let me pull back though real quick because I think we might have our thumbnail. Trying to give some other people some love. I've used DM Band a lot lately. Scotty, I always use you, but look at that. Tell me that's not a thumbnail. Fantastic. Now, you want to talk about not being a newcomer to Studio 44. This guy is the exact opposite of a newcomer, as he has the second most stadiums shown in the channel. If you remember correctly, that man is Sandman Dan with Metropolitan Stadium in Central Park, New York City. Has an altitude of 3,800 feet, built in 2025. He says, wanted to put more into a Central Park, but the game keeps crashing on me. I hope you like what I uploaded. You know what? It crashed on me, too, the first time I opened it up, so hopefully we can get through the stadium without it crashing, but we'll see. Oh, this is fantastic. The rounded layers with the brick and the grass. Fantastic. And the steps coming down. Gorgeous. Multi-tiered waterfall as well over here and right. Man, there's a huge freaking bug that got in this house somehow. It's freaking like a dragonfly or some shit. Look at all this going on back here. A couple buildings blended together with the entrance. Then he's got this guy stacked up to hold up the upper deck. I like it. Here's the ramp taking you up to things back here. Now, this just makes me feel like I'm at the game. You come up this ramp, and then, you know, there's the part that you can see while you're walking through, deciding what you want to eat. Excellent. Custom booth behind home plate there, looking great. Old school roof. There's the stake building. More circle concourse pieces over here with the stairs. Excellent. Second deck. Oh, and then you got a 44 tier. There's that big fucking bug again. Holy shit. MLB logo blended into the brick. Looks cool. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's a mural. Part of the mural in that building. The freaking... The circles, that's outstanding. Metropolitan Stadium from Sandman Dan. Dude, how many stamps do you have? If these stamps were real, let's put it this way, you'd be a very, very rich man. No. I mean, that is if you'd want to trade them in. I mean, why would you ever want to trade in a Studio 44 stamp? Just don't throw these at everybody. I didn't even notice this little deck here in front of the upper deck with a bunch of standing room area and some bleachers. Fantastic. Scoreboard outside, faced it off. Oh, with a cup now. Nice work, Dan. That's awesome. Now it makes these look like doors. Great work. Very creative. 2-tiered roof also. Oh, like 3-tier actually. Okay. Yeah. Dan killing it again in Studio 44. Thank you, sir. Oh, there it goes. Got another one to show you from our good buddy Ranger Man 226490. Zach White, of course, in the live streams and premieres. Says this is a ballpark inspired by music and memory. He was listening to cool jazz when he came up with the idea for this stadium. Said it reminds him of a radio station that used to play cool jazz and going to SeaWorld and all that fun stuff. But a tropical paradise for fans and players alike. Sit back, chill out, watch the game. Tons of fun targets in left field. Hit it here targets the sea just over the left field fence with canoes. Hoping to catch a home run ball. There's also a party deck in left field that is well above the water. All right, let's take a peek. Right field, you got the luxury plaza with the Paradise Dining restaurant on top, the pier in the back. Fun. Got some big buildings back here as well. There's the sea, and there's the canoes. Where have the canoes been, fellas? Not a lot of canoes today. Let's step it up. Nicely done, Zach, with your canoes. Excellent. These guys are hoping to catch a home run ball. There's going to be lots of splash shots, so I'm sure they'll get plenty. The party deck is fantastic with the laser ribbon in front, and that bleacher section fits in perfectly with this. And then there's the party deck he was talking about, escalators to take you up. There's a fun little seating section again, using the back of the ballpark eats building. Fantastic. Pretty standard around and behind, although he does have some concessions under here, under this little roof. Multi-tiered roof. Closed it off with the rounder building. And you got some water, trees, parking lots, buildings. Outstanding. Yeah, left field alone makes this stadium stamp worthy. That is a great little party deck and sea section with the islands coming out too, where the peninsulas, I guess you'd have to call them. That's what I call a power stamp. That bug. I need to get up and get him. There's some boats. There's a pirate ship where you can slide right into the water. The sea, as he called it. Flashy and original canoes alike in this build from Ranger Man 226490 or our good buddy Zach White. Thanks, boss. DM Band 1980 is back in Studio 44 with Icosagon Coliseum. I think this one by far is my best stadium. This is actually an edit from the Golden Canoe Coliseum that I showed before. Says there's lots of upgrades. Takes influence from the Blue Jays Stadium, Rogers Center, with old Expos Olympic Stadium roof as well. Says he wished they would just give us a retractable roof or dome roof options already. Use the window from the outfield wall as a prop to create the line on top of the outfield. Okay, that's a good idea. I see the blue line up there. The upper deck also changed the center field batter's eye. The garden area around the outside of the stadium is influenced somewhat by MetLife Stadium in Jersey, but also the Olympic Stadium from the Montreal Expos. He says he knows the stadium is cookie cutter, but there's something about it. He also put signs and scoreboards hanging from the roof, custom mounting brackets. The stadium I want to enter into the Stadium of the Year contest is like my other builds are based off realism, and like this could possibly be an actual stadium. Listen, we talked about the thing. You get up to 3 that you can enter into the contest. They'll all be considered by the judge. Give yourself some time, though. We still got, 4 or 5 months before we got to think about the contest. You could build a whole new stadium you could build 3 new stadiums by then that you like a lot better than this. Although it would be tough. Look at how clean and symmetrical and fantastic this stadium looks. I'm starting to get your style down. Definitely recognizable. The fountain in center field. This all looks really, really, really good. For those folks like Sith Lord Slither and you who, don't necessarily care for the targets, I mean, this is just a fantastic stadium. Everything is so clean, well thought out, meticulously placed. The luxury plaza lining things up along the top, and then you got the standard luxury seats underneath that second deck. Now, where are some of the scoreboards hanging from the roof? Are they on the outside of the stadium? Now, what did you do to get those? Oh, it's the okay. It's the roof, right? That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it looks great, boss. Little kiosk outside, big parking lot, parking garage. Big city is your scenery in the back. Yeah. Wow. Look at all that tough work to get that just right. Those always make good thumbnails. I could absolutely 100% appreciate all the great work that went into this stadium. Camera moving very slowly. 50,000 people. Yeah, the way you have to make it so clean and wrap it around the whole stadium and connect it while looking clean is just fantastic. DMB. DM Band. 1980. Thanks, boss. Great stadium. All right. This is another ballpark to be considered for the San Diego Canoes. It's Beach in the Park San Diego Canoes Stadium in San Diego, California. Altitude is 100 feet. Built in 2025. Comes to us from old dear friend of the channel, Schmitty VG or Schmitty B Gaming, right here on YouTube. Make sure you check him out. Follow him, like his videos, watch him create some of these stadiums right before your eyes. He says this is his other San Diego Canoe Stadium. He said the first one looked too much like the Padre Stadium, but we can choose which one you like best. Well, I'll play in all of them. I've decided there's too many of you guys making too many stadiums for Ricky Davis cities to pick one stadium and, roll with it. So I like playing on all your guys' builds. So here we go. I love the layered bleachers with the stairs in between. Looking fantastic. There is the way for the Canoes. We have Canoes. They will be watching the game from behind the batter's eye. Well, I mean, not behind it. You couldn't see behind it. You know what I mean. Oh, look at this. Hey, that freaking awesome. Now that looks like a canoe. And then the ramp takes you right up there to hang out. Fantastic, Schmitty. I'm all about it. On top of those big rocks. Amazing. Oh, and you got a little portal up here with the hit it here sign in there. All right. Oh, protecting the canoe. Awesome. Now what is this? I don't know, but it looks cool. Funky dimensions. There's that frickin' bug again. I see Ballpark Eats out here. Fun. People are in there chilling out. People are lined up along the beach. Stands on top of the little hotels. It's a perfect hotel for this setting. Canoes in the walls. Fantastic. Great seating section. Holds 33,000. That looks like a lot less than 33,000. Very cool, Schmitty. To be honest, I'm sorry I don't remember the other one, but I'll definitely try them both out. You got to remind me of what the name of the other stadium is, though. Schmitty, fantastic. Love it. Here's the stadium we took a look at my last live stream. This is Everlink Field in Tampa, Florida. Has an altitude of 98 feet. Built in 2025. Comes to us from Flip of Plan B. 211. I do remember enjoying the stadium. I took a quick glance at it because I like to have my first natural reaction when I stream it, when most people are going to see it. And look at this. Right field. Fantastic. All these different layers hitting them on top of the overhang right? That's what they're called. Wooden overhang. Okay. I still never get the point of these things. Must be pure decoration. But the bleachers divided by the stairs, outstanding. Got the little stage back here. The hit it here in front of the bullpen, awesome. Behind the bullpen, I guess I should say. The pool, the bathroom, the hitting cage, fantastic. A little sign in between works very well also. Hit it here, cafe signs surrounding the batter's eye, stacked stone deck. Also surrounding the batter's eye, the escalator to take you around and behind the batter's eye. Amazing. Dude, your best build so far, in my opinion. Another great custom bullpen with a lot going on up here. 2 playgrounds and fancy seating. Excellent. Nice row of luxury seats being supported by this guy. This is a great structure. I think it can be used for a lot of things. Nice work. Flip of Plan B. Mike, I don't know how to say your last name, man. I'll have to try to read it next time you're at a premiere or a live stream. I know it's Mike M. That's what I remember. Now that looks great, too. Mike, he's right up here with the Texas Ags and the Arches and the Zacks, the Ranger Mans, of facing off the outsides of your stadiums. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. Using that fencing out there, or the wall. Then the second little roof. Very nice. Amazing, dude. Do I hear Stadium of the Year submission? And do I hear that old stamp sound coming? Wow, I don't think I even got to the outside of the stadium in that live stream the other night. So good. That entrance, one of the better entrances I remember. And there's been a lot of amazing ones. Flip the lights. That could be a freaking thumbnail, right? Man, you guys never make the thumbnail process easy, do you? Did I say thumbnail right? I felt like I said thumbnail. All right, 2 more stadiums, fellas, then we'll call it a video. I had to throw this in before the last stadium, guys, because I took a quick glance at it and fell in love with it. Plus, it helped make my thumbnail a little bit more clever. This is Crimson Park, Everywhere, USA. The altitude is 3,789 feet, built in 1959. Who was it built by? That would be by our good buddy, once again, Great Scott 18660, or Scotty Warren. He says this is kind of an old school feel. Started with wanting to use the smokestacks from the Rusted Roof Factory as support pillars and went from there. Overall, a fun build. He likes how it turned out, especially at night. Check out the lights that surround the field on top of the wall. If I had more memory, I would have added... Wait, did I start in the third and then turn as if I would have added a bunch more standing room fans mingling around the outside of the park as well. Thanks again, as always. Keep up the good work. Oh, yeah. I always like to play a game in my parks with random teams just to check them out before I upload. Aaron Judge hit a home run into the dump truck in center field during gameplay. It was a 465-foot shot. Wow. All right, we'll have to check that out. He says there are other good targets, but no real challenge. Here we go. Right field, as always. I love the brick look. Capping it off. Look at this. There's 3 different textures right here. The sand, right? And then the... I like, this is a good touch, too. Above the... this freaking guy belongs in every GOAT conversation. There's some smokestacks, like you talked about. Pillars to hold up the second deck. Fantastic. Scoreboard in front. Nice little sign. Man, I didn't realize how big this is. I called it a little sign. Look how big that is when you get it next to something else. That's what she said. This deck is fantastic as well. Now, who thinks to use the sand? Everything for me is brick, concrete, or the tile. Every once in a while, I use marble. This is why you guys are way better than me. Excellent. Scotty. Beautiful corner. And that... How many times has this guy left me speechless? At least once, right? Now he's talking about the lights along the wall, right? Is that what he said? Check out the lights that surround the field on top of the wall. On top of which wall? I want to make sure I catch this. Oh, maybe I'll have to turn the lights on. Anyway, let's pull back. Left field looks great with all the signs. Perfect old school feel. The hit it here side blended in is always a good look. I like how this blends in, and then you got the stands in front of the flat wall. Outstanding. Wrigley-style buildings across the street with the diner blending in perfectly over here. Lights on top of the roof across the street. That's always fun. Holy sh! Is this they have to be, right? The dump truck's just in left center field, he said, right? Aaron Judge hit the 465-foot home run. Yeesh, that is a blast. There's a nice little plaza out here with the barbecue smokehouse and the old school newspaper. Paper stand. Wow. Is this what he's talking about? The lights along the wall right here? Turn the lights on. Back her up. Oh, yeah. Look at it. This frickin' guy. This frickin' guy. See why I had to get the stadium in, guys? It's gorgeous. We're going to be seeing lots of views like this as we see the Dodgers play the Blue Jays, right? It's so weird. I took 2 trips to Toronto this year, and now it's going to be like nationally, in the spotlight because of the Blue Jays. And it turns out Ernie Clement is from Rochester, so we've been getting a lot of talk about him in the past couple days. So, yeah, I recorded a stadium or 2 yesterday while we were waiting to see if the Blue Jays were, in fact, going to beat the Mariners. And then, oh my God, this dates back to the Yankees coming back and winning Game 3. I think I said Game 4, but it was Game 3, and then they lost in Game 4, and it was over. But, I mean, look at the stadium. The lights look great. Scotty is a GOAT. No question about it. Do not sleep on this guy. This is a true Stadium of the Year candidate. I might download it and play some Ricky Davis Legend games right now. Boom. The street with the awkward angle, making everything look so real. I want to download it, but like I said, I got one more stadium to check out first, and this is by another GOAT. We had stadium creator Royalty start off the video. Let's have that same Royalty close us out. This is Hoover Stadium in ABC XYZ, just about the max altitude, built in 2025. That legend, of course, is Murph075. No notes on the stadium, so we're just going to dive right into right field. Oh, look at all this. That's gorgeous. Little pool with the fountains and just a bunch of greenery in this funky little seating section. Now, this reminds me of something that you'd see on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, like in a park in the middle of the ship someplace. Very fun. Then you got seats surrounding it and a little bridge connecting these 2 levels. Excellent. Faced off with the moss or ivy, whatever you would call it. Bushes up here. Fantastic little corner using the end caps as your railings. Now I had to get creative. I'm guessing the field level end caps were too big, so we had to Look at Murph. He finds a way to get it done, doesn't he? Speaking of finding a way to get it done, where's Arch been? Feels like I haven't seen Arch in a while. This middle layer of luxury goes pretty much all the way around the stadium. Fantastic. Rounded with more mossy, viney greenery. Fantastic. Look at Murph go, doing Murph things. There's that same restaurant he used in the opening stadium, right? That was Murph, wasn't it? Another standing room only area right here. Using the end caps again. Got the concourse and the beach. The big slab. Murph does it again, folks. Now, I said Sandman Dan is the second most stadium shown. This man right here, the most. And most of them have a stamp, just like this one. Nice work. Well, that's all I have for you, fellas. 25 classic fall stadiums while we wait for the 25 Fall Classic. You like what I did there? As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving it a like, and please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. You also might want to think about subscribing to Nonsense Matters. We played the first couple days of the Ricky Davis League right here in Studio 44 and on Studio 44 live over on Twitch. But I figured, why make this harder on myself? I was going to make a Studio 44 Junior or Studio 44 the second or something like that to stream like Nintendo games and Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that. But I figured, why not just go over there and boost Nonsense Matters? Everything will be over there that you haven't seen already. I don't think we're going to do the Ricky Davis League channel. I don't think we're going to do the Studio 44 Junior. Studio 44 and Nonsense Matters. Be on the lookout. The Ricky Davis League is going strong. I have just about finished the Ricky Davis League All-Star rosters, so that's going to be going strong soon, playing in your stadiums. Check me out right here in Studio 44 and Nonsense Matters.